Hi, we are back. I know I've been away for a very long time, but I've been wanting to come back, and the thing is, I have a lot of reasons why I left this account, but a big one was that it was embarrassing to me, because some of you might know, that I actually didn't mean to start this channel as like a channel that other people watched. My first videos were all of my sketchbook videos, and those were just intended to, like, for me to show them to my online friends that I just made at the time. I still have them. It's good. Yeah, so the videos, they were actually intended to just be for, like, them, maybe, like, 20 stragglers. And then my first sketchbook video ended up getting, like, 200,000 views, which was crazy. But also, I didn't ask for it. At that point, I was, like, over the dream of being a YouTuber. That dream didn't even really start. I just had a, like, other channel, which I'll get to at some point. I'll, like, watch those. I had a bunch of old, what are they called? Speed paints on those, which did not get watched by anyone. But, like, I was not expecting it to blow up. And, to be honest, I hate those videos. I've hated them from the beginning because I didn't mean for other people to see them. I didn't prepare for so many people to watch them. And, like, I kind of felt like everyone hate followed me. Everyone was watching me because I was so cringe. But it's because I meant to just talk to my friends and not to talk to anyone else. And, that mindset followed me through the entirety of having this channel, which sucked! Because, I wasn't having, like, just fucking think about it. You get it. You get it. And if you don't get it, then, like, I don't know what to tell you. So, I'm going to restart my sketchbook videos, with, like, hopefully this is higher quality, I don't know. And after I'm done with these, like this kind of doing all of these sketchbook videos, I'm just doing these two in this one, but I'm gonna go through all of the years of my sketchbooks and then catch up with the ones that you guys haven't seen yet. And after that, I don't know, it feels like a little cleansing ritual or something. And once I'm done, I think I'll be more comfortable and happy to make proper, like, new stuff again, and to, like, draw more. I want to do, Let's Plays. I want to play The Sims really bad, and other games. But, you know, I want to have fun again. I want to do this channel, and I want to actually like it this time. So, I believe that this is all stuff from before high school, so, like, I think it goes back to, like, 7th grade. So, 7th grade, I was 12. Wait, no, I think it goes back to, like, when I was, like, 9. This one, at least. Well, no, I think it's both of these. And so I started drawing because I had a dream one night when I was 9 that it was right after The Princess and the Frog came out, and I love that movie. Wait, I was probably 11. Never mind. I was 11. I had a dream that I drew Tiana from The Princess and the Frog so beautifully. So then I told my parents, can we go to Michael's? I want to get a drawing book, and I want to learn how to draw, and I want to become an artist. And that might sound different from the other one that I told you, because later on, I started drawing a little bit, and they have some drawings from that, and then I discovered DeviantArt. I discovered Mark Crilly, and then I discovered DeviantArt, and with that, I discovered Pactuses, who used to make, like, so many dating sims with Flash, and I was completely obsessed with all of them. And I played through all of them a billion times. I used DeviantArt really just for her account for, like, 2 years, and at that point, like, I saw it, and I wanted to become a manga artist, which completely changed my art style, because you can expect what happened. then time passed, I developed my own style, and then I developed it again, and then again, and then I changed it a whole bunch, and now I'm where I am now. Just some guy who draws things for fun, and maybe in the future I'll be able to do it for, like, money, but I've learned also that drawing for money freaks me out. But I do have commissions open, by the way, right now. That might change depending on while you watch this. But right now I have commissions open. So let's get to the art, which is why you guys are here. So, this is my first sketchbook. This is the one that I also bought at Michael's whenever I bought my How to Draw book. I'll try to find a picture of the exact one that I used, but it was kind of good, but not very good. So, here's my first portrait. Oh, the quality is very bad. I don't draw with, like, just graphite anymore because of how, like, hard it is to capture on camera. Like, also, like, the values are really... yeah, out of this, the worst part is the values. And, in my old sketchbook videos, I used to get, like, a lot of people that's like, well, my art style looks like this at this point, and it feels like you're just insulting it. This is my art journey. This is not your art journey. So I'm looking at this, and I'm seeing all of the flaws in this, and, like, I have grown way past this. Which, honestly, I don't think it's that bad for a 9-year-old. Like, and you'll see a lot with a lot of these that the head-to-body ratio is really bad. But this is, you know how the old drawing books go, where it's like, you learn how to draw an eye, and then you learn how to draw a nose, and then you learn how to draw a mouth. I just squished them together, and I didn't figure out, like, the mapping on how to make it proper. But, sorry, I hit her. And this one, I wanted to do an environment. I don't even do backgrounds right now. Like, it's weird. I had way more confidence in drawing whenever I first started, because I was like, look at what I'm doing, fuck yeah! I'm an artist, I'm a real artist. Sorry, I'm trying to start using my chest voice more, because I'm, a man now, by the way. But yeah, so, I actually went back on this one, and I erased the nose, and I changed it, because people kept making fun of my big juicy noses, but I love drawing the big juicy noses, and there's nothing wrong with a nose being big and beautiful. I think that I want to bite them. No, I don't. It's a dog, I think. And then I don't think I've ever really drawn a dog again. This, oh yeah, okay, this is from, this is from my elementary school, and this was, I think, 2nd or 3rd grade, and I won 3rd place in the art contest there. This one, actually, it's on the back of some... Look at this, I'm also, another reason why I hate my other sketchbook videos is that my dead name is everywhere in it. Because I meant to only show people who already knew my dead name, not like 200,000 strangers who then knew my dead name. But yeah, this is on the back of some math work. I think this is actually like 1st grade, and it was chapter 4, the high kick. So the story here was that this one guy was, he had rocket shoes, and he was being beat up by Zuko from... You know Zuko. He's the only Zuko out there, I believe, except like a bunch of people's cats. I almost named my cat Zuko because he had a scar on his face. Anyway, and then that's me, and I'm beating the shit out of him because girls rule and boys... I don't know. This was a Mark Curly tutorial, and I messed up the mouth, so you can kind of see, I covered it in whiteout, and then I redrew the mouth, and it gives it like this, like, ooh, a little sneak peek at later. You can't even see, because everything is so, it's a camera, it's not a good camera, but, got a big texture on it, and I love drawing plaid, I still love drawing plaid. Yeah, you can see, this was a bunch of fun little pins that I had that were shiny. It's very fun, just, yeah. This was a flower tutorial that I looked up on YouTube, and then I did it, and it doesn't look as good, and it's covered in whiteout. Another Mark Curly tutorial This one was just focused. You could kind of tell. It was just supposed to. It was just. This was the amount of tutorial in the original tutorial, and then I just like added my own stuff to it, and it's very fun. These were watercolor pencils. The first time I ever used them, and I decided to not add water to them. So they're just colored pencils that aren't as good as normal ones. This one I was really proud of because I was starting. I loved drawing these eyes where like the shine was just a big chunk out of them and there were no pupils at all. You'll see throughout this entire art journey that I draw with no pupils for the eyes, and then I start drawing like missing parts of the face, like sometimes no mouth, sometimes no eyes. And then I stopped drawing like facial features altogether, cause I don't know, whenever I'd like be frustrated at a part of the body that I don't know how to draw very well, I'd just stop drawing that and I'd keep drawing everything else, which I guess is a good method if you like don't want to give up on art, but you'd like despise one part of drawing art super bad, and that's what's holding you back from drawing more. Just do that. I mean, like, fuck it. Art's whatever. You can have fun with it. This one I was very proud of. I'm getting really good with, like, smooth shading, and this bun makes no sense, but I thought that this was so pretty, and everyone in my 8th grade class also thought it was so pretty. This is actually my first OC, well, technically my second. Cat. You guys know Cat. What the poop? That's Cat. Her entire features were red hair and this one green sweater that when she was abandoned in a parking lot, she was wrapped in it. So it was her mother's, because that's what a 12-year-old writes a backstory as. This is another Mark Crilly tutorial. He used to really go ham on the crunchy bang. But head to body ratio, beautiful. This is, I hope it's not a Mark Crilly tutorial, but I was like 12, 13, and I thought that this was cool, but it's not. And here's more colored pencil. Well, where is she? Oh, look, see, if I put it all the way over here, you can't see her anymore. She's gone. This is a portrait of Selena Gomez from a J14 magazine, because I used to love J14 magazines. I used to do all the quizzes. I learned that Miley Cyrus was bisexual in one of those while Hannah Montana was still going. She was like 15 or 16 and she came out, and I was like, wow. I think this is my first attempt at anime. And, like, anime. And I think I just googled the word anime, and then I tried to draw one of, because you guys know the chibi guy and girl hugging, and like the lady with the plaid skirt. I'm doing the pose, but you can't see it, and she's like propped against the cross. You know, all of those? I used to draw from those and go, wow. This is a story that I wrote when I was in, I should stop using the grades because some of you guys are not American, but I think I was 11, no, this was like my 9-year-old art style, and I loved orphans. Who doesn't love orphans? Yeah, so the story goes that this girl and her doll were left on a doorstep for an orphanage, and then they share their life in a crib, they grow up together, and this is them growing up together. And I'm sure that the story had more things to do with, like, her and the doll, because there are some, like, erased parts to this, but I erased them because I thought the story was too sad. As you can see from this little face, the story was too sad. What's on the back of this? Ooh, 48, 35, 54. That's my body size right now. I gained weight, and I'm really proud of it, because I couldn't gain weight for a very long time. Anyways. So the story goes that she grows up and she's in her little orphanage bed on the phone, and this guy Mike's like, hey, it's me, Mike, meet me outside. And you go out to Mike, and she's like, hi, I gotta go, so please hurry up. And he's like, sure. And then he grabs her and then he pulls her into a kiss. And then he's like, so how'd you like that? And then she punches him. But also on the side, you can see I erased it, but it was so sad. There's a thief, and he's going in, and he stole the doll! And I think that the doll comes to life, and then kills the thief, and then kills Mike, and then comes back. Yeah, I don't know. Like, some of these probably aren't even my drawings, because I would teach a lot of my friends how to draw. Teach them how to draw. I think this is another Mark Curly tutorial that I just, you should really sketch out the entire, like, shape of the body and figure that out first before you draw more details, just to make sure the proportions are right. But, I used to do this art challenge all the time. Sorry, I'm going really fast. I got a lot of shit to go through in this one. So I used to do this art challenge, and this is my actual first OC, Toaster McMuffin Top, because she was my imaginary friend, and then I turned her into an OC whenever I grew up. But she wasn't like, I guess that being an imaginary friend in my childhood makes her, like, my first OC. But technically, like, I developed her as, like, a character after I developed Cat, and I developed that entire story site. SEIGHT, woo, because it's different. But I used to love doing this challenge, and I have a few more drawings, like, throughout the years of me doing this, where you draw with your right hand, and then you draw it upside down, and then you draw it with your left hand, and then you draw it with your left hand upside down. And it's a little challenge, and you get to see all the differences, but they all kind of look the same, because I was really struggling back there. Ooh, this. I know that I have, like, behind this. This is one of my first Mark Curly tutorial drawings, and I was really proud of it. And I tried to redraw this a few years later, but the art style was kind of weird. But, like, whenever you don't know what to draw, just redraw some old shit, and you might like it better. You might like it worse, which might disappoint you, but, whatever. Just fucking do it. And I redrew this one a few years, not like 1 year later, just to, like, show my art progress. And, like, head to body ratio is worse, but, like, look how fun it is. Oh, she's kind of cute. This was charcoal, but I hated charcoal, so I used, like, the hardest charcoal that doesn't smudge at all. Because, like, I didn't, like, spray any fixative on it or anything. She just looks like that. This is Madame Tornado for legs. If you watch the other videos, oh, she got tornado for legs. I feel like Germa right now. I got a bunch of Sharpies. I got like a $20 pack of Sharpies, and my dad got really mad at me for it. And was like, you better use these all fucking day forever. Because I spent $20 on this. And so I would use it every day forever because I was scared. I used to draw these flowers all the time. I loved drawing these flowers. I especially loved it in this swatch. And there was a field trip that I was at in 7th grade. Like, once I was done drawing a flower, I would take another piece of paper and I would draw another flower. And this one guy in my class was like, is this just all you do all day? Do you just draw the same flower over and over again? I was like, yeah. He was like, that's kind of lame. I was like, oh, okay. Here, I actually really like the original. I've tried to redraw this a million times over. Like, you can see it here, too. Like, a year later, I tried to redraw it. But I prefer this version to it. I think that it's fun. I think it's fun. And this is actually, from my friend Dan, who, like, she drew this before she became my friend. She just, like, saw me drawing and was like, oh, I'll draw this. And I was so jealous because I was like, this is so cool, this is so cute, I love this so much, and you're younger than me and you drew it, what the fuck? But I was really proud of this one because I think she's very pretty, but then I didn't realize, like, the difference between her head size and her hand size. But I loved her, and then, like, I used to draw these, and then I would move them over to my computer, and then I would color them on there, and I remember I shaded the boobs really good, and I was like, oh wow, I shaded the boobs really good. One of my friends drew this and wrote love, and I was like, oh my god, that looks so good, so I'll draw it, and I'll write hate. But then I thought it was funny if it was just hat. Here's another one. I think I was teaching her how to draw, so that's from her. Well, let me chill out now. Sorry if that was like a speed run. I thought that I only had 30 minutes to record, but this is a character from X Note, which is not Death Note, but it's a DeviantArt. It's by Ziva Inc. I have a list. I'll just type it. Ziva Inc. And I was obsessed with it. And it was called X Note. And this, I don't think this actually looks like the main character Essie, but I was obsessed with drawing. I actually redrew this a few times because I really like the character design of it, but I was obsessed with it. And I ended up buying it twice because I bought the online version and I didn't know how to open a zip file, so I got really confused, and then I thought that I just didn't have it, and so then I bought it again on a CD, and now I have a CD. This is nuts of it. This is my coat of arms, which I did for class in when I was 9, and it's all the things that I love the most. Yeah, this is 5th grade because I played basketball, and then during everyone's growth spurt, I remained 5 feet tall and everyone else got taller, and so it was impossible to play basketball because everyone could just attack me. And I guess we had different prompts for things, so it's something you like to do, something else you like to do, which was reading all alone with nobody else around me. When I feel safe when I'm asleep. Family that I love, me and my sister Taylor, who I love so much. Things that I what future I want. Congrats on the Best Book of the Year award, and I wrote a book because I wanted to be a book writer. Oh, the announcer's got the microphone between his teeth, and he's like, and what I want to be remembered by whenever I die. When I'm gone, I want people to remember me as the girl you will never forget. The girl that isn't obedient like a robot and will change you. I don't know what this is about, but in this book, a girl asked this guy, "How come you never had kids?" And he said, "I'm not the right sex." I love this book. That is funny. Also, the girl asked the guy, "Do you want anything to eat?" And he said, "I don't want to make you cook something up all special." And she said, "I was going to offer you Cheerios also." And then I got sniped, so I couldn't finish that. Hurry! Fine! Okay. This, I think, is my... Can I zoom in on this? This was my first draft of my story site. Kat's name used to be Jasmine, and then it used to be, Vanessa, and a bunch of different things. But, she's Kat now. So, one day, I was definitely in 7th grade, because I wrote that it was a 7th grader. One day at school, Jasmine, a 7th grader, was running to her locker eating Cheetos. She didn't want to miss the bus because if she did, she would need to walk home, and she was tired because of school. Also, there was this alleyway that she needed to walk through that gave her the creeps, which later in the story, I think she gets shot or stabbed in that alley. And by later in the story, I mean at the end of this chapter, she yanked her locker door open, almost tearing it off its hinges. She threw her entire school bag in her locker because she'd rather be home faster and not study than walk home carrying a heavy school bag 5 blocks. I didn't know what a block was. I heard about blocks. I didn't know what a block was. That is not very far. We don't have sidewalks in my hometown, so I always took the bus. I never, we could not. We had, rocks and shells on the side of the highway. And that was our sidewalk, and it was nothing, and people would die on it. Anyways, she slammed her locker closed, grabbed another Cheeto, her lunch, and slammed her locker shut. Again, I guess. Yeah, and then she gets stabbed. But then she gets superpowers. Woo! Anyways, I also loved this one. I loved the hair on this one. I think this is another Mark Curly tutorial. And then I tried to redraw it, and they can't all be winners. This is Chihiro from Spirited Away, one of my favorite movies of all time. And this is just her on the cover, and I wanted to redraw the exact thing, but I also put whiteout on it because I gave her blushies, and then I guess I didn't like them, so I took them away. This is a Mark Curly tutorial for woman sitting down, and I love plaid. This is actually Bianca. You can see that I wrote Bianca in there, and then I tried to redraw her again. And she is one of the characters for... She's one of the characters from, I don't remember which pack this is. No, I do remember. Chrono Day Sim Date? I think that's the name of it. It's the time travel pack this is dating sim game. And she's an unlockable character. You have to, like, play a song on the piano to get her. And I loved her. And I think she was, like, the first girl that your girl could date. And I was like, wow! I don't know why I'm so entranced by this. It was because I liked women. This is, I did not commit to this flower because it is still just in graphite. But this is another drawing that you will get if you just Google the word anime. And, well, I guess back in the day, because now there's, like, anime is way more popular than it was in 2009, 2010. So how old I was? Yeah. And so if you look up anime, you might get, like, Boku no Hero Academia porn. So, if you want that, go for it. This, ooh, I got tricked into buying Copic markers, because everyone was talking about them. And this is, ooh, yeah. I think this is, like, my birthday's in the middle of summer. So, when I was, like, end up being 13 and the beginning of being 14, I would, like, I spent every day just drawing, and that was, like, all I did. So I started actually developing an art style that was a bit different. It was very smudgy, but these are the designs for my characters from Sight. This is Kat. This is Kayla, who got taken out of the story because she was just a self-insert that my friend made. And this is Riley. And she's got, I don't know if you could see, but she's got a little secret going on. Ooh. And, I guess I don't know if this is actually the kanji for Kat, or Katrina, or, like, her real name. But I think the other ones, I just kind of bullshitted. Which is not cool of me, but I was 14. I was 13. I was 13 and 14. I was a combination of 13 and 14. That would make me 27, which I'll be next year. Ooh, this is Paige. She's a woman now. I'm a man now. Wearing a That's What She Said shirt. And that's, that was originally the love interest of Kat. And, now Kat had two love interests, and now Paige and the other love interests are together. Which is fun. And these, this was in 8th grade, sorry. I remember all of my years by school when I was younger, because that's all that I did all the time. I would go to school. And I didn't do anything else. But yeah, I pulled all of these out in one school day, like one end of the day at school. This, you see, I told you that I started to just not draw faces whenever I didn't like them. And this is a little magical fairy, which are always very fun to draw. Always very fun to draw. Ah! Get it? You get it? This is Antonio Dawson. This is not a penis. This was supposed to be, a balled up piece of paper in its hand, but it didn't turn out that way. It's very old. Also, what's going on here? This is he's from the climbing your windows, he's snatching your people up, which I was obsessed with when I was, like, 10, so I wanted to draw him. I loved these, and everyone harped on them, and everyone made fun of them, but, I thought this was so detailed and so cool, and I loved these little characters, and then everyone was like, these are so ugly, and they're gross, and, like, I was going around during school, and I was showing everyone, because I was like, look at how good it is, and everyone was laughing, and they were like, oh my god. I was like, oh, here's another Essie from X Note, who I was obsessed with, as I said. I just love drawing her, and I drew her on all of my work. This is definitely from, like, high school, but she's here. This is also from high school. These are just pages that I cut out of my sketchbook, I guess. But, Copic markers. I used Copic markers, and I think that this is either a Mark Crilley tutorial or a drawing from something that I found whenever I looked up anime. It's probably a Mark Crilley tutorial. And I wanted to try, like, the different angles, and then I repainted it on my DeviantArt. And I should go through my DeviantArt sometime. But, yeah, I stopped drawing faces. I got harped on in the first time I made this video because I called these shoulder blades. That's it. This is my Uncle Jesse in a swimming pool. Fuck you! This is, what would happen when my friend Blaine shakes my friend Shaya's water bottle again. Holy shit, it'll put water everywhere. This is Pippi Longstocking with a bazooka, because I realized that I could draw whatever I wanted. Oh, these are more from that time whenever I just sat down and drew a whole bunch of these. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Taco, ha! Taco, so funny. I'm getting a bit tired. This was a lino cut that we did for my Art 1 class in high school, where we had to carve out a design. He picked the designs, and he was like, my Art 1 teacher, he was so, he made me not want to do art anymore. He, everything was just like, he like Googled, like, drawings of like how to draw Batman, how to draw this, how to draw that, and then like, we would have to follow the steps and just, like, copy the drawing. And that was not learning how to draw. That was just copying some shit. And so this one, he didn't like that I changed the design. We had lino cuts that we had to, I believe it's lino cuts? If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But, yeah. So we had a bunch of different designs that we could pick from. And he wanted us to copy the exact designs. And I picked this one because it was a portrait. And I was like, well, I could change up a portrait. And I could make it look like my art style. And so I did, and I changed up the portrait, and I made it look like my art style. And he docked points off because it didn't look like the thing that I was supposed to be copying. But, like, what's the point of art class if you can't, like, that wasn't an art class, that was a copy class. And then he told me that I would be a wonderful artist if I just went into realism, but because I'm wasting my time drawing all of these characters, I'm never gonna be an artist, because it's stupid that I'm just drawing cartoons. And, then he quit his job afterwards, because he became, like, a sports news announcer for, like, the local, like, college football teams. And then after that, like, my Art 2, and then my AP Art, and then my second time I went an AP Art teacher was much more lovely. She was an abstract artist who believed in doing whatever you want and then bullshitting, like, a deep reason behind it so it could, like, count. And then, like, just, like, actually having fun with it and, like, being unique and doing whatever you want and using a bunch of different medias and, like, making shit up. And she had a lot of, like, good prompts that we could do where we could, like, develop off of it. And, ooh, it was so fun. And it made me fall in love with art again. And, like, I hate whenever art teachers are stupid and bad. This is Alice from Alice in Wonderland off of one of my notebooks that I had in class. It was whenever the movie first came out, and so, like, Walmart had one, so I got it. I think this was when I got into Homestuck, and I don't really know what it is. This is Riley, and, like, it wasn't supposed to be Riley, but you can see that, like, I really messed up the other eye. So it's like, let me just cover it. But, like, back then, I was, like, imprinting. I was really, like, drawing like that as hard as you can. And, oh, my bad. Well, yeah, I added a little bit of something. It's kind of cute in this angle. I like it. See, I covered it all up. And, ooh, fun fact, first day of freshman year, so like 14 years old, first day of freshman year, I met a bunch of new friends, and they asked me what my name is, and I said no, because I didn't know why, but I really hated my name. And so they asked me to, like, give them a name. And so I gave them the name Tom, and then I went by Tom for, like, 3 years until I switched to Max, because I was like, well, I want to actually, like, use a name that kind of fits in with my dead name. Now I go by Tommy. Now Tommy is my name, and, like, I went through a bunch of different iterations of names, but Tommy is what I ended up falling on, so I guess I really am Tom, the joke name. Here's some more characters from Sight, because I was really obsessed with it. This is Paige. She's the woman. This is Riley. And, ooh, she flipped her bang, because she started, like, she spoke her truth. And now everybody knows about her evil eye. And she's like, yeah, well, it's stuck this way, so everybody look, it's so fun. This is Kat. And this is, ooh, Bailey and Bianca. And I'm still obsessed with Bailey. Bailey's the character that I use for what, right now, I don't know what I'm doing with Sight, but, I'm using Bailey right now as, like, this clown demon character that I use to get my anger out. Like, I used to make OCs so that I could make stories around them, but now I use them to process things, and right now I'm using her to, like, process my anger, because I'm very new to having, like, outward anger, and I started being actually angry at other people, when I was 20. And I never really got those developmental years where I could, like, process and, like, understand anger properly, because all of those years I used anger just, like, internally. Every time I was angry at someone else, I wouldn't allow myself to be angry at someone else. I would just put it towards myself. And now that I know outward anger, like, I don't know how to control that, so instead I just put it out on her, and I let her be angry at stuff, and I let her go crazy, because I don't really know how to do that myself. And, anyways, it's fun. Here's Bianca, that's her girlfriend. Mwah! Like that. This is a note from my cousin when he was, like, 4 or 5. Ooh, that was actually really good if he was 4 or 5. He was probably, like, 7. And, we used to have a really bad kind of friendship, where, he's 7 years younger than me, and I was, like, hiding myself from everyone because I didn't like myself, and I didn't want anyone else to see how much I hated myself. And, he always wanted to hang out with me and play with me, so I would, like, lock the door on him, and I would be like, go away, and he slipped this under the door, and he said, I will do anything for you, but I will not get out. Write what you want to tell me. And then I just slid it back out with nothing, and on the back he wrote, I will be. We're, like, best friends now. We're, like, so cool with each other now. Oh, he's the cousin that was, like, in some of my videos. He did my voiceover in some of my videos, and we're very close, and we're very cool, and I need to hang out with him again. Hey, you're watching this. I know you're watching this. Hang out with me. Come hang out with me, man. I miss you. This was, okay, so what I did was I had a very tiny whiteboard, like this big this is not very tiny, this big of a whiteboard. And oh, I drew this also. I drew this design on this tattoo, and then somebody tattooed it on me. And this is another drawing that I did. I don't know if you noticed. This is a ring that my boyfriend got me. It's a little promise ring because he likes me. I know, I feel like I'm accidentally, like, bragging about all my stuff. Oh my god, have you watched Avatar The Last Airbender? Oh my god, I don't really like how he did this one, actually. It's just, like, a little matching piece to this. Anyways, so the whiteboard, I wanted to draw something, but I didn't know what I wanted to draw. So I just, like, scribbled all over the whiteboard, and then I, like, made, like, this drawing out of the scribbles. And back then I used to be, oh my god, those ears were just part of the scribbles. I'm not like a furry or anything. It's so fun to personify people as animals. Like, get over it. Everyone's a little furry. It's fine. This was a self-portrait, and you could kind of tell how much I didn't like myself and thought that I was ugly by, like, the things I focused on and, like, the details I put, and, like, just kind of how nasty I made it. Because it didn't have to be this nasty, but I made it very nasty because I didn't like myself and I thought I was ugly, but I was trying to, like, practice portraiture from reference, because, I really hate drawing from reference. I hate whenever, like, there's an actual drawing that I can look at, and, like, an actual image or something that I can look at and be like, well, that looks way better. Look at all these mistakes that I have here. I'm not comfortable with that. I love just creating things from my brain. But drawing with reference really, like, helps you develop good. So I'm trying to, like, get more into it, like, especially with, like, pose and angle reference, because I never properly learned anatomy. But anyways, this is a little self-portrait, and these are, this is really just, like, a placeholder book. But yeah, I only used this for this, which was, little poses that I found, that I tried to make Bianca and Bailey with, but it's kind of nothing. And now, I think that in this one, there's really just, like, I don't think there's anything really unique in this one. I think that it's just, I used to, and I got a big, like, uncomfortable fear thing of technology from how much my dad, like, convinced me to use the printer in our house, because he wanted me to, like, make copies of every single thing that I drew, and I would make copies, and whenever I got my Copic markers, I would make copies of, like, my line art and my stuff from my other drawings, and then I would just draw over them in Copic markers, which I could just show you, like, oh wow, a unique drawing, and oh, these are my Copics, and they were kind of dying at this point, but yeah, so I just, like, tried to practice coloring like this. Ooh, I tried to redraw that other one. And I guess this was my first attempt. And a flower. Yeah, so I was just trying to, like, learn how to color with Copics and whatnot. You could call them Copics, but I'm not gonna. A little turnaround of cat. Yeah, I think these are all just really tiny whatever pages, like, cut out from homework and stuff. Yeah, ooh, I really loved this one, I remember. And I thought this was, like, the most detailed drawing of an eye anyone has ever done. Oh yeah, and ooh, this one too. Yeah, the rest of these have been really... This is another Mark Curly tutorial, and you can see the detail that I put on this wall to show that it's brick by tilting the bricks up this way and doing one little thing. And then then I just printed out, like, the first chapter of Alice in the Country of Hearts, and I put it in this book. Which I did completely legally, like... Anyways... Yeah, here's some more things that I colored to try and improve, but I smudged that one a whole bunch. And yeah, I'm really bad at color selecting, so these markers don't really have a good variety. And just a few more flowers. I love freckly flowers. And yeah, that's all of these. And then my next videos that I'll make will be actual sketchbooks that have the pages attached to them that are also from, like, the same amount of time. That'll be amazing. That'll be wonderful. So yeah, all done. I did all of it. But yeah, I'm still, like, semi-active on social media. Not really on anything else except, like, for art, I'm really only active on Twitter about my art, which I also hate Twitter. But I'm on there. I have commissions opened right now at this very moment. And I could probably, like, do a speed paint to the commissions if, like, the commissioner requests that. I don't know. I want it to come back. I've been wanting to come back, and I've been just like, whenever I was making these videos, I was in a really bad headspace. So whenever I try to edit any of the videos that I make, because I've tried to make a whole bunch of different videos, I just like fall back into that like sick and twisted headspace that I used to be in with videos. And like, I have very much outgrown them. I'm like, it's been like 8 years. I'm completely different now. I have learned to love myself. Wow. Yeah, I miss this. I missed this. We should do this more often. Have your people call my people, and like, let's fucking hang out. Let's freak out, man. Let's go. Yeah, I'll do more videos. Hopefully I'm not just saying it, posting one video and then leaving again. But, no promises. I love you guys. Boom, 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 boom. Except the weirdos. Except the weirdos who say really weird things to me. I don't care for that. And I'll say it. Don't do that shit to me. Don't be mean to me. Don't be weird to me. Love you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.